I gotta say,
Hold on,
David.
you gotta let our intro go.
You think about it, we rant about it. Listen to us live on Facebook.
Now you can talk.
Oh, see, I didn't even hear it, David. David, but I didn't hear a lot of things. And I am notorious and guilty for a lot of other things, right? But most importantly, David, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Now you look
Right.
shocked. You look
Yeah.
shocked.
No, I just remember what you're talking about.
It is officially a 1 year old, I think yesterday, February 8th,
Yeah.
but we weren't on yesterday. And so I want to say happy birthday. I want to say thank you to all of the people that tune in on a weekly and 3 times a week basis, that send us messages, that reach out and support what we're trying to do. And I think today, more than ever, our rant is probably, I guess, the most appropriate rant by accident. And what do I mean by that? I want to talk about, the basis of why we do this. We want to tell you about government, politics, sports, finance. And our rant today is about trust. Okay? In my opinion. Is there an institution? Is there anything that we can trust anymore? And I want to put it up as a possible poll. And you can PM us, you can chat about us. Would you rather trust the FDA, the CDA, right? See, your local politician, your federal politician, or truck stop sushi? Which one would you trust more? And David, rightfully so. I mean, are we going to get another Scarlet's letter from YouTube? Because I'm talking about trust in government. And I think that goes to trust in media, trust in Silicon Valley, trust in what, David? But you know what? It's not a monologue, even though I've been running for about 3 minutes. David, tell me, what do you feel?
The problem, Stuart, is in the last couple of weeks, we've seen a summary of what like you said, what we've been ranting about for the year. And that is, where have our institutions gone? The failure of our institutions. Do as I say, not as I do. And let's just take a look at just the last couple of weeks, right? Just a couple of little stories here that have kind of gotten in the way. Let's take, for example, this whole mask debate, right? The Democrats, and the liberals in Canada love to shove it down your throats about the masks and the need for masks and your need for masks and so on and so forth. And we got our hands slapped by YouTube, which, because of what we said about masks. But I'm not here to judge masks. I'm here to judge the people who are telling you and me, if you don't wear a mask, well, you're wrong. So we saw it with AOC when she went down to Florida and partied with a bunch of people. And now we see it with Stacey Abrams, who went on CNN to apologize. I'm sorry, protocols matter. I'm sorry. Bullshit. Again, do as I say, not as I do. It's freaking exhausting. And we're seeing this with politicians across the board. I don't care on which side of the platform you are. Can we trust government? Because what is you hear? Leave it to me. We'll take care of you. And I see this here in Quebec, where the premier of Quebec says to the whole bloody population, and our bloody Trudeau, King Trudeau, who stands up there and tells everybody, leave it to me. I know what's best for you. But these power-hungry people just want to control our lives. And you've seen that. And now, finally, with some lifting of sanctions, we're starting to see it. If this wasn't good enough, if I wanted to talk about faith in something, let's talk about what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and that was the truck convoy. This is called misrepresentation, ladies and gentlemen. This is what pisses me off. There are 700,000 people on a Facebook page called the Convoy to Ottawa. They had to be restarted because they were taken down, and it was rebooted. And we talked about this about 10 days, 2 weeks ago. And I want to thank the people for the convoy. And the people who initially started this, who went to Ottawa to protest peacefully, properly, effectively, have been ripped apart by the media. As you can see here, this is the Washington Post. A stunt. A stunt. There's no stunt here, people. I don't know where you get the idea of a stunt. We're sick and tired of COVID measures. We do not trust our government anymore who claim that they're taking care of us. And the media, whether it's the Washington Post or the liberal-loving media here in Canada, who have done nothing but try to divide Canadians. Here's an example. Now, speaking of, Stuart, speaking of trust, here's what's happened yesterday. So this is a Liberal member of Parliament from Quebec, Joël Lightbound, who spent an hour and plus in a press conference ripping apart Justin Trudeau. He's on Trudeau's team. He's just been thrown out of caucus because he publicly denounced Trudeau and his policies. It's COVID, is his absolute dictatorial methodologies. And what does government do? Throw him out because he's not a team player for the Liberals. So how do we trust government?
Hi there, ma'am. Let's get you. Oh, look at you. Oh, there
you go, David.
Your nose isn't covered. Ma'am, I'm sorry. You're breaking it.
I had to play this.
Not covering your nose. No, your nose is not covered. Yep, your nose isn't covered. Your nose isn't covered. That's it.
You know, I put that on without any background. David, I went to vote yesterday, and all these people had their masks like this. David, they didn't want to let me vote. We talk about trusting government, but, you know, David, where does it end? Like, you look upset because I played a mask thing.
No, I'm not. I'm not upset. You just cut me off in the middle of the sentence. That's all.
Right, I did. I had to knock it off because I just couldn't. It just downloaded and it just came on. But the bottom line, David, is that here I'm going to do my civic duty and vote. But you can't vote unless you wear my mask. And you want to know something, David? They ran out of masks. So what are you trying to say? I can't vote?
No, because wait, Stuart, and they didn't even follow the policy properly. And we're being told you have to do it my way. Again, do what I say, not as I do. And this is the problem. And Stuart, I'll take it one step further. And when I was looking at the institutions, I said, who can we trust today? You know, people say, I heard the statement this morning, governments are trusting science. Really? You're trusting the science? Because if you were trusting the science, things would be really different. You didn't trust the science. You want it. You love the power. When we look at other things like CRT and education, and it's being told that this is the way it is, we can't even have faith in them. When you talk about Black Lives Matter, the organization, and you see the scandal after scandal that is being there in that organization, but if you denounce them publicly, you're a racist.
David, here, I'm not a racist. Show me $60 million. You know what? If there was any other organization, whether it be Muslim, Jewish, Christian, any not-for-profit political PAC, lost $60 million of donations, there would be a congressional convene. And I got to tell you, David, I am absolutely appalled at all of the networks. You know what? I want to know, how does the NBA, how does the NFL feel knowing they got duped? David, you got something to put on the screen, it looks like.
No, I don't, actually. No, I don't. Continue.
I thought you had some.
Where are you going with this?
Well, I'm just trying to go about trust. Who do you trust? You donate money to GoFundMe to give to one organization, and then they try and want to give it to another. And then they want to do this because they don't think you have the right method. David, it's not the first time that a GoFundMe has decided something isn't up to the
Listen,
Silicon Valley standard.
Stuart, I got to tell you something. We're seeing this. Look, my problem is, you talk about technology. I could go on Facebook right now and I'm going to see posts that interest me, of course, but to my inclination. And you know what? And Facebook has decided what's right for me to see. Google has decided what's right for me to see. Okay? I don't have the freedom. I'm being dictated to by an algorithm created by Facebook and Google and others who've decided what's right and what's wrong for me. Okay? They have decided what's right for, I'm just trying to understand it. We've talked about this in the past. You don't have a problem removing Donald Trump. You don't have a problem, talking about how wrong certain conservatives are, the Dennis Pragers of this world, the Ben Shapiro's of this world.
Airbnb has banned any conservative talk show host from using their platform. David, that is by definition the most divisive practice that our elected officials say that we're going to join everyone. We're going to sing Kumbaya.
No.
David, it's been a year. It's been a full year, and we have not seen any collaboration on anything.
The opposite. So just to give you an idea, this member of parliament who stood there yesterday or sat there for an hour yesterday and ripped apart Justin Trudeau, what do you think he said? Simply put, the truth is that Justin Trudeau is using divisive politics to get reelected. He called out his own leader of his party. He said that he purposefully tagged the opposition as anti-vaxxers to win an election. No one won on merit. No one was run on policy. It was name-calling. And the same thing happened with Joe Biden. It's the same thing that continues to happen with Kamala Harris and the Democrats. Divisive politics. It's funny how they accuse the Republicans and conservatives, but like we talked about on Monday, Bill Maher, how he's called out the left and he's called out his fellow Democrats. You are not unifying. You are not creating harmony. And you know what? We've seen it now where, I find it bizarre. Okay, talk about trusting media. So New York is announcing some lifting of sanctions, of COVID sanctions, and MSNBC is not happy. MSNBC has decided, because they're scientific experts, that it's wrong to lift the COVID sanctions. Because look at what happened in Florida. Look what happened in Arizona. Look at what happened in all these other states. It's wrong. You want to show me your medical degree? I have a friend who's an infectious disease expert. Do you have? Tell me. Fine.
David, why aren't they being pulled off of YouTube, Facebook, and Google for disseminating false information?
They won't, because this is the agenda. These
their
are the
club
agendas.
Their club, their rules.
Look, they have the control. When I'm asking myself,
but that's a problem, David. We've discussed this as well.
But why are we going to
control the 138 rule? I mean, really, David? I got to be honest with you. I am more encouraged today by adding Rumble to our mix of providers to be able to secure that our podcasts are out there and that no one is going to silence us.
Listen, look what they're doing to Joe Rogan. Look what they've done to him because, someone doesn't agree. And we've talked about this the other day. Someone doesn't agree with Joe Rogan. Everything has got to be taken off. It's about canceling. It's about silencing. We don't want to be silenced. We are talking about the truth. And the Ben Shapiros and the Dennis Pragers and the Candace Owens and the others of this world who are bringing a different opinion, a different angle. They've been dubbed racists. They've been called white supremacists, which I find ironic considering one's an Orthodox Jew and one's a black woman. I find that hysterical. Okay. But yet we're dividing people.
Can you put that picture up of Stacey Abrams again? I want to see Stacey Abrams.
I just turned her off, but
guys, I want you to understand that we're not making this shit up. It's not on your local news network. It's amazing. Absolutely, utterly amazing. There we go. Can you make your face big? Can you make it really big, David? There you go. Everybody, I want you to see your children, the children of America, sitting in a classroom, masked up, but this stupid bitch.
No, hey, whoa.
She's stupid.
No,
she
I don't
hasn't
think
even
you're-
conceded
I
that she
don't
lost
want-
an election.
forget it.
She's dumb.
Forget it.
She's
Forget it.
dumb
I don't
and
want to
dumb.
hear the name. Like the name calling is Stuart. If we name call, we're no different than the left.
I
Here-
understand.
I would
No,
rather-
David, we
I
are
would
different because we're
rather-
not
Stuart,
because
I
we're
would
not going to be
rather-
censored.
I would rather our viewers decide on their own. Do you put your faith and trust behind someone who is a hypocrite? Someone who says who clearly for a photo op decided that a mask isn't worth it because it's a photo op. But all these children, God knows what issues they're going to be dealing with going down the road in the future. We're masked up because that was the rule, but not her. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we're done. We're done for a year. We're done for today, but we ain't done.
Nope.
We're going to keep
Got a lot
on
more
going.
interesting things.
Folks, we'll be back on again on Friday, live here, noon Eastern. Join us. Love us. Like us. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Rumble. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out everywhere. The word
Watch
is
us on
spreading.
Rumble, guys. Rumble. I just like the sound of it, Rumble. I like the interface. We got a channel called the Rant Network. Look us up, please. We want your input. Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone. Cheers.
Goodbye, David.
Bye, Stuart.